Mammoth learned Ice Shard. What the... Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Welcome to my new video series called Move Professor. Welcome back. This is Move Professor by Gian Dabu. So, for those of you new to this video series, I'm assuming most of you are since this is the first episode, Move Professor is about analyzing, examining, and dissecting different types of Pokemon moves found throughout the Pokemon universe. So, getting straight to business, the first episode will talk about the move Drain Punch. Drain Punch! What is Drain Punch? Most of you might be asking. What is it? Well, Drain Punch is a fighting type move introduced in Generation 4. In Generation 4, it had a base power of 60 and a PP output of 5. So it was really bad, if you know what I'm saying. But in Generation 5, it got a major boost, especially in the PP department. In PP, it got increased to 10, and in base power, it got increased to 75. So, this means for Pokemon using Drain Punch as one of their moves in their movesets, you can last for much longer, which is very crucial, especially when fighting against stall teams and playing singles in general. Oh, I get it now. So you see, all the improvements that Generation 5 had brought to Generation 4's Drain Punch have greatly increased it to become a really viable move in many fighting type Pokemon's movesets. And since we've talked about the PP and how that affects the whole usage of Drain Punch, let's talk about the damage. With the increase in damage, the increase in life healed of the Pokemon using Drain Punch also increases. And speaking of increasing life input, Big Root can also be used on Drain Punch, much as it can be used on Giga Drain and other life-stealing moves. So Drain Punch is essentially Giga Drain in physical form. But who uses Big Root anyways? So the next section is about what items you should be using with Drain Punch and what moves you should be using with Drain Punch. Before the next section, we would like you to take a quick break before the next section starts. Break starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. OHK, yo, fool! Oh, break time's over? Oh, let's get back to business. Welcome back from that short break. Well, before we talk about the items and moves that should be used with Drain Punch, first let's examine the characteristics that make Drain Punch viable with other moves. So first, Drain Punch is a fighting move, so usually fighting Pokemon should use it so they can get same type attack bonus. And second, due to its vampiric nature, Pokemon that need recovery or can take hits and then recover should be able to use Drain Punch to its full extent. So let's go down a list of 4 of my favorite Pokemon that I love to use Drain Punch on. First up is Scrafty. Second up is Conkeldurr. And third, we have Kangaskhan. And fourth, we have Toxicroak. Out of the 4 Pokemon I have introduced to you, the Pokemon we'll be in-depthly dissecting and analyzing would be Scrafty, because he's my most favorite to use Drain Punch on. So, this is what Scrafty's moveset would look like. First, you would have Drain Punch, Bulk Up, Crunch, and Rest. These moves work perfectly together because the Bulk Up increases Scrafty's already awesome defenses to an even higher level, while also increasing his decent attack stat to be able to fully utilize the move Drain Punch.
Drain Punch!
Now we have an idea of what kind of moves that should be used with Drain Punch, such as Bulk Up and other coverage moves. Now we'll move on to the items. For Scrafty, I like to have Life Orb or Leftovers. Life Orb because it increases the damage output that Scrafty can deal. And the negative effects of Life Orb, which is losing life each turn you use a move, also is negated by Drain Punch's life healing ability. But I also like Leftovers because it increases survivability and stacks upon the healing regenerative ability of Drain Punch with its own healing ability. So, to summarize what I've said about Drain Punch, it is a fighting type move which has been buffed from Generation 4 to Generation 5. Its main attribute is that it can heal the user for 50% of the damage dealt. And it's used in conjunction with many attack boosting and defense boosting moves such as Bulk Up. Or it can be used standalone on Pokemon that already can take a lot of hits and have a huge attack stat, such as Conkeldurr. So, on a side note, some two things that you do not want to be using Drain Punch on would be A, substitutes, because substitutes do not give you the regenerative boost, and hitting it with another move would be better. And hitting a Pokemon that has the ability Liquid Ooze, because instead of healing, you will be damaged by hitting these kinds of Pokemon. Oh, I get it now. So, that is what Drain Punch is.
Drain Punch!
Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for next week's episode of Move Professor. Meaning, you can hit faster. Oh, fuck!